What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 185. There's levels to this. Yo, let me tell you, man, since I have accepted this challenge from my dude, Cloud Data Media, shout out to you. You guys already know what the challenge is. If you don't know, ask somebody in the comments because I ain't even gonna mention it. I have been focused a lot more on what I have, which actually makes a lot of sense. Like, why would you give so much energy and so much focus on something that you don't have or you really don't care for? Like that, when you really think about it, doesn't make any sense. So I just made that video today talking about my Hellblade experience, and I mentioned how, yo, it is about games. No, if you're into gaming, it is about games. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, it's about having a good time playing games, enjoying your gaming experience, right? And I mentioned how Microsoft, for me, allows that to happen on a grand scale with Game Pass. I played the game at 30 frames and enjoyed it, which then kind of I'm looking at the system and I'm like, so do you actually need a next gen console? Do you actually need an Xbox Series X or Xbox Series S? For the next 2 years, no, you don't. If you have an Xbox One X or you have an Xbox One S, you don't need it. So I'm thinking, I'm like, why would Microsoft, why would Xbox do something like that? Why would they cripple their own hardware? Man, and then it hit me. But you see, I wouldn't have seen this. I would not have seen this as clear if I was focused on something else that really doesn't matter, that really is irrelevant to me. The reason Microsoft is not crippling their hardware, that's not what they're doing by allowing you to play Xbox games almost pretty much wherever you want. What they're doing is, you know how I always say there's levels to this? They're elevating the Xbox brand from being tied to a hardware to being a platform that can be accessed across multiple devices. And by doing that, the pure genius of this is ridiculous. By doing that, it allows you, the consumer, to decide how you want to consume any Xbox games, Game Pass, or whatever. It allows you to decide that. And here's the deal, I would agree that more options to something is better. A single solution to a problem is not a good look because then you're tied to just that one thing. So I would agree that having multiple solutions to a problem makes sense. Not having a proprietary solution to a problem, it's actually not a good look. It might be simpler, but the more options we get, the better it is. And this is what I mean, right? Man, this is beautiful. If you have a Xbox Series X, or let's say, you know what, shout out to my dude Chill Gaming. He doesn't have an Xbox Series X, but he just saw me playing Hellblade, right? Let's say he wants to try Hellblade. I don't know if he's tried it or not, right? Microsoft is going to allow him to play that game, okay? But not only that, he is literally going to play the game and play it at the best experience possible because he has a very powerful graphics card. And with Game Pass, you're downloading the game. You're not tied to a single way to play. Xbox is giving you a multiple array of different ways to play games. That is genius. So when I see the Xbox Series X, all it is just it's just a vehicle. That's all it is. It's a vehicle to drive certain games. But it's not the only one out there. Microsoft is allowing me to choose what's better and what's simpler for me. If I want to play with the most powerful graphics, Microsoft is allowing me to do that. The Xbox, so by default, when you think about it that way, Yo, the Xbox is a very, very, very powerful platform. And depending on what you got, so for chill gaming, the Xbox platform is the most powerful piece of hardware that he has. He can run games on Game Pass better than anything else that he has because his Game Pass is tied to his PC. So by that, he has the most powerful way to play games. Whether or not it's actually tied to a hardware itself, that's juvenile. Like in reality, who cares? Is what are you playing it at? Do you enjoy what you're playing it at? What's affordable to you? What makes common sense to you? Oh, this is genius. This is genius. I can't believe it. The first time I played The Ascent, I played it on when I was in Illinois with my kids, and I played it on my son's Xbox One S. So I gave him my One S, right? And we played The Ascent on Game Pass using my Game Pass account because it's tied to both Xboxes, right? So I didn't even think about that. So I am paying $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate, but I got Game Pass on my PC that has a 1660 Ti. I have Game Pass on my Xbox One S in Illinois that my son uses, right? So it's his now. I got a Game Pass on my Xbox Series X, and I have Game Pass on my phone, obviously, via xCloud. Got Game Pass on my Surface Pro 7 via xCloud as well. So, yo, like wherever I choose to play the game, that's the option that the Xbox brand is giving me. There's levels to this, man. Xbox is elevating gaming to a whole different level. How could you be mad at this? Literally how? So here's the deal. Any single multi-plat game that comes out on Game Pass automatically runs better on Game Pass. All you got to do, if you choose to, if that really matters to you, is get the hardware so that you can run it better on Game Pass. If it doesn't matter to you, then it doesn't matter where you play the game. Then that's not something that you care about. But if that is something that you care about, Xbox is the way to go. Now, I know you guys don't like to think that Game Pass, you guys want to separate like Game Pass and Xbox. It's Xbox Game Pass. You guys know that, right? Dog, Microsoft is genius. They are elevating. Doc Dark 1985, there's levels to this. We still bleeding green over here. We out. Peace.